I've always had this question, is I was listening to a lot of non-duality videos, and when people talk about an awakening, they always say that there's no you in the awakening.
Yeah.
But then how is it when they come back in practical way, how are they able to articulate it if there was no you in that process?
I know, it's really mysterious. I can't really give you an intellectually satisfying answer. But right now, who's listening to Lisa? I'm sorry that I'm talking about myself in the third person, but just so we don't get confusing, we'll just call her Lisa. Confused. Oh. It's already starting. But who's listening to Lisa? Does the character listen?
Right now, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Right now, it's the character.
You think the character listens?
Oh, no, this is my impression.
Impression,
right now.
yeah. But so in the experience, it seems like the character listens. But how is that possible in the direct experience? And I'm not saying for you to just switch over to believing me. This has got to be experiential there. And that's what this conversation's about, is trying to remember that the listener was always the silence. The listener was always the emptiness. So who hears this in this direct experience? Who's hearing? And if you feel still like saying the character, that's really okay. This isn't a wrong right. This is what I do with people.
Just the body.
You think in this direct moment?
In this moment?
In this moment? So the thought comes up, it's my body that's listening. And then who knows that, or who registers that?
Who knows that? I don't.
You think that a body listens to it? To the idea that comes up and says it's my body that listens?
You mean the original source? I don't know.
It's
I can't say it's the body, I just don't know.
Yeah. I don't know is such a great answer. So in a dream at night, when we dream, we often dream as if we're looking through this particular body. So in Lisa's dreams, or my dreams, it will be through this particular body, and I'll experience the dream as if I'm looking through this body, as if I'm this body. And I'll walk through the dream looking like I do in this world. And I'll touch things and see things and do things. And is it ever the Lisa character in the dream that hears or looks or touches or feels?
No.
It's an experience, right?
Right.
That's exactly how it's happening here. That body is an experience, it's not the actual source of experiencing.
What tricked me a little bit is that in a dream here everything is sort of structured, whereas in a dream it's a lot more spontaneous and...
Only when you wake up in the morning, in the comparison. In the dream it seems like it's really structured. You don't notice in the dream that bits are missing. And can you remember walking up here? Or the elevator ride up here? There's so much missing.
Yeah.
But it gives the appearance that it's really solid and really real. But actually, the way out of it isn't in thinking of it, it's in the direct experience. In the direct experience, this is being experienced by nobody. And there's not a limitation anywhere inside that body or anywhere of where you are. The character arises in this dream or in this as an experience. So this is why you can never say that somebody awakens, because who would awaken? It's just the energy changes back from this focus on I'm a character moving in time, I'm a separate individual, to boundlessness. But it's not that the character awakens, because it was always boundlessness that was experiencing the character. It's just a movement of focus or energy, not even focus. It just moves back to that emptiness, that boundlessness, rather than I am this narrow person. We always feel like that it's so close to the one that's saying, I choose to go shopping, or I'm going to go shopping, or I'm not going to go shopping. And we feel like that movement is who we are. But that movement is an experience in boundlessness. So nobody can awaken. We can describe bodies that we say, but there's no fine line. There's never a fine line. You can't certify awakening and this is this is person's awakened now and that's the way it is and that's for good. There's no like definite, but you could say that that a body's no longer, there's no longer identification in that body or something, but it's really limited because it's not the body that wakes up, because the body's an experience. But we could say in communication something like that, but it's really a load of nonsense. You could maybe limitly say like the body, the character no longer is identified, but that really means nothing because you were never the character in the first place. But there's also no fine line to it. To try and stamp a body as enlightened or not identified anymore is to go back into identification. But that's really confusing. I remember that. That's a really confusing part when you feel like it must be the character that wakes up. But it really isn't. You've never been the character. Who's looking at me now? Who's hearing me now? It's not the character.